Hello, my name is still Sunshine. Today we want to talk about how to stop the spread of COVID-19. I want to make it a quick one, so I will go through the things I want to talk about as briefly as possible. First of all, the meaning of COVID-19 is still not very well understood by many people, because when you go on social media, you can see people making short videos and clips about the virus, like going into the villages to talk to people about the virus, and you cannot imagine that a whole lot of people have no idea completely what the virus is all about. And some people even believe that it's not going to come to them, it doesn't work with them, it's for a certain group of people. Even some people cannot pronounce the name very well, they don't know what to do. Some people have decided to go all out to take things that are really not connected to the virus or treatment in whatever form. So all this make us laugh on social media, but to me, I still see it as a lack of sensitization, proper sensitization of the people by the government. So and this is not very okay, because it keeps making the virus to grow, and some people will get it and they don't know. Some people can contact the virus, they don't know what symptoms to look out for, they don't know what to do. Even those who are willing to go all out to save themselves and their families from contacting this virus, they still don't know what to do. So today we're going to talk about how to stop the spread of COVID-19. First of all, COVID-19 is from a very large family of viruses that are capable of causing sicknesses in people. The COVID-19 is called COVID-19 because it came out in December 2019. It's a new one actually in the coronavirus family. It is COVID-19, coronavirus December 2019. That's how that name came about. Okay, so there are a whole lot of them, ranging from the viruses that can cause common cold, common flu, to pneumonia, and to really serious infections that can lead to death. Some of them are the SARS. You remember the SARS before, the severe acute respiratory syndrome, and the Middle East respiratory syndrome. Those were really serious ones, like the COVID-19 has come in now to show itself. So considering the population of people who have already lost their lives in this COVID-19 pandemic globally, I would say it is very important for us to know what to do, especially in areas where the virus is still spreading now. We have to do what is needful. And for me, the most important thing to do is for the government to continue to sensitize the people, to continue to go to grassroots areas and inform people about the virus, what it means and what they can do, and how they can reduce the spread of the virus, if not stop or cut it off completely. So today we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff about vaccines and treatment. Right now, as at today that I'm talking to you, there is still no vaccine for treating the virus. People who have tested positive to the virus are managed in the hospitals by professionals, health professionals actually, who know what to do and how to go about it, and how to also stay safe while taking care of the sick people. That is why it is very advisable for us to go to the hospital when we feel any of the symptoms, which are fever, coughing, and headache or breathing problems. So respiratory infections are actually, especially the viral respiratory infections, are the ones that infect the lungs and the breathing tubes, so that it makes it difficult for you to breathe. The lungs are infected. And how are they spread, especially of the COVID-19? These are spread from the droplets from an infected person, droplets from sneezing, coughing, talking, These droplets from an infected person has to cross over to someone else for the person to get infected. There is a chain of infection, and the question is it possible for us to break this chain? Yes, of course, it is possible for us to break the chain. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the chain in a minute, but before that time, I want to explain to us that this chain of infection, the chain of the COVID-19 the chain of the COVID-19 is like a cycle of how the virus goes from the host body, goes through this cycle through mediums to infect other people, and they become the host, and it goes again right round and round. And you know, the thing with this cycle is like the triangle of fire. Once you cut out some sections of the cycle, the spread will be cut off. This is what I want to explain. Now, I have gone through a couple of trainings for the COVID-19, and I have combined everything together. I have thought about it for a while, and I have combined everything together to try to show us how we can cut the cycle from every angle possible, so that the chain of spread of the virus will be broken, and we will have fewer and fewer people who are exposed to the virus. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to show us today is the chain of infection. I want you to take a look at this. This is like, I got this from one of my trainings. This is a chain of infection. Now you can see this is infectious agent. This is like the coronavirus itself, the COVID-19. Now, how does it go? It goes into a susceptible host. Who is this susceptible host? It's anyone. It can be anyone. This susceptible host doesn't mean a black or a white or young or old or infant. This could be anyone. Now, from here, see the portal of entry. How does it enter the body? This is the portal of entry. From the eyes, from the hands, mouth, nose, wherever these droplets can go into your body from is the portal of entry. Now, look at it. Mode of transmission is the droplets. You can see these are droplets from wherever. Yeah, this is the mode of transmission. Now, what is this? The portal of exit. The portal of exit is from where it leaves the body of an infected person. From where does the virus go out? So the virus can go out from sneezing, still the same droplets, sneezing, from the hands, you know, and from tears, possibly from talking to someone, and droplets also from the saliva get to you. This is a portal of exit. And then, who is the reservoir? Everyone else. The surfaces where we touch, the things we handle, our human bodies, this is the reservoir. And all of this you see here make up the chain of infection. Okay, so now, what is the implication of this? This means that this cycle is the process that the virus is actually taking to go through from one person to another, and the number of infected people keep increasing every day. Okay, how do we break this chain? We break this chain by following following certain procedures, which I am going to list out for you very quickly, because I still don't want this video to be a heavy one. Now, the good news about this solution is that it is not expensive. Okay, it is discipline, it is decision. So because you don't have to go withdraw money to buy this solution, you don't have to spend money to do it, you just have to decide on your own that this is what I'm going to do to keep myself safe and keep other people around me safe. It is discipline. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is using hand gloves. Now, I will show you. These are hand gloves. Okay, so you put on the hand gloves, right? Same thing with this one. How does this work? Now, when you put on hand gloves, the good thing about the hand gloves is that if you are having the virus, you keep your hands to yourself. Your hands are inside this place, so you don't infect other people with touching surfaces. But the thing about hand gloves also is that they pick up infections also. If this is infected and I touch it with the hand glove, that means I have picked up something on the hand glove. Now, if I take my hand glove to my face, my eyes, my mouth, or I use it to touch food and I eat, I can still get infected. That is about the hand gloves. So it is better to wash the hands. I will talk about washing the hands in just a minute now. So this is about the hand gloves. Hand gloves are mostly used by medical officers who are taking care of sick people. Okay, so I will talk about hand washing. How do we wash our hands? Everyone is just talking about wash the hands, wash the hands. What is the proper way to wash the hands? Okay, when you put, I don't have a running water here, but washing of hands is best done under running water. If you don't have running water, you can still wash in a bowl, but you have to still follow the same process for washing your hands. You put soap, make sure you are using soap to wash your hands. Put soap in your hand and wash like that. There are 7 steps as stipulated by the World Health Organization for washing hands. So you put soap on your hand, you put under the water, and you rub the 2 hands together. Then you wash the back of your hand like that. Then you wash this and this. This one is the first one. This is the second one. This you wash like this. Like this is the third one. And then you wash this one, the big thumbs, which is the 4th one. Okay, then like this again, the 5th one. Okay, then the tips of your nails you wash like this. The soap is still there in your hand, you wash like this. This is the 6th one, and then you wash here, which is the 7th one. When you finish washing like this, you put your hand under the running water to rinse it, and then you can dry your hand very well. That is how to wash the hand very well. I will take that again. You wash it like this. This is the 2nd one. Okay, here you do like this. 3rd, you do like this, do like this. 4th one. Okay, then what else? Like that, like that. You have to do like that, and this and this. Actually, when you're washing your hands, nobody will be there to say you must do it like this or like that. So this also depends on you to be disciplined, to make sure that you do all this. There are like 7 of them. You have to make sure there is no laid out format for following it step by step. No, you can do it either ways, but make sure that the 7 of it you have done to make sure you get to every part of your hand while you are washing. Now, sanitizing the hand. Sanitizing the hand is still the same 7-step process of washing the hand you use to sanitize. Now, this is a sanitizer. Make sure that every sanitizer you are using is having at least 60% alcohol in it. Why? Because there are so many sanitizers right now. Some of them are actually antibacterial, and the COVID-19 we're talking about is viral. So when you use antibacterial to sanitize your hand, it will disinfect your hand, but it is probably not going to do anything with the COVID-19 prevention for you. So if you have at least 60% alcohol inside it, then it's okay to use. Now, look at that. This, when you put enough quantity of that, rub it the same way, rub on your back, the back of your hands, and then like this, and this one, and this one, then this, what else you do? That, and this one you do. That's the 7 ways to sanitize your hands properly. Okay, then the next thing we're going to talk about is coughing and sneezing. There is coughing and sneezing etiquette. You can't just it's not like the free world before, when everyone opens their mouth and coughs like that. Even then, there is still this etiquette for coughing and sneezing, but right now we have to take it more seriously, because the COVID-19 we're talking about spreads through droplets. And what happens with coughing and sneezing? They bring out droplets. Now, you have to cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing. Like that, you cover, and when you are done, directly you dispose of this tissue properly in a bin, and it is immediately. Then what else? you cannot use a reusable cloth for coughing and sneezing this time, like the handkerchief. The traditional handkerchief you cannot use. You cannot use clothes or your clothes from somewhere to sneeze, because you will drop it off and then someone else might go there. That is why it is preferable to use the tissues. Okay, if you do not have a tissue, you can directly sneeze into your elbow or cough into your elbow, and then as soon as possible go wash it off with soap or immediately, and then also sanitize your hands with the hand sanitizer. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the mask. My god, the video is already heavy. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the mask. There are two types of masks. There is the N95 mask, which should be worn by health team who are attending to infected people. That I don't have a sample of it here, but that one, when you see it, it's a little bit bigger and it has something on it. That one is called the N95. This one in my hand right now, this is the surgical mask, okay, that people use in the hospitals. Now this mask is made up of 3 layers. The outer layer, which is the fluid repelling layer, and then the middle layer inside, see, you can see it has layers. So the middle layer inside is like a barrier to microorganisms. It doesn't allow entry for microorganisms. And then the inner layer inside, where you actually put your mouth, is moisture absorbing. It absorbs moisture from your mouth. The most important function of this mask is that it helps to prevent individuals from spreading the virus if they have it, or any illness, infection if they have it, to other people around them. The second function is that it can help you. It can help to protect you from also catching the virus if someone sneezes or coughs directly onto your face and you're having this. It helps to protect you from that. But the most important use of this is that it helps to keep individuals from infecting others with whatever infection they have. Okay, so how do we wear this mask? Now this is the mask. How do we wear it? You can see it has 2 colors. This color inside is for the inside, and this is for the outside. And when you put it on your nose there, put it on your ear, you pull this down over your chin. You have to check. I wanted to show you something. On the 2 edges of this, there is a metal band. It's very tiny, but if you feel it, you will find it. So the metal band stays up. Now, when you put this there on your ear, pull this down over your chin, look for the metal band, cover your nose and your mouth, and clip. You see that? This helps the mask to cover your face properly. This is how it should be. Now, when you are wearing this mask, don't touch. Don't touch on surfaces and touch on the mask. When you want to remove the mask, you still have to remove the mask from the back. Okay? You remove from the back, you dispose properly, you wash your hands, and you sanitize. When should you wear a mask? You should wear a mask when you're looking after someone who is not feeling well, when you are not feeling well yourself, or when you are going out to crowded areas. Okay? Or when for any other reason it is necessary for you to wear a mask. Okay, that is about the mask. Now look at this. This is another type of mask, but this is material. Now the difference between these two, I showed you this has 3 layers. This is just the cloth. Now you put this can prevent droplets from an infected person passing, but it is just 1 layer, and this is cloth. And the problem with this is people who are not careful, or people who are not sensitive enough to notice the difference, can use either ways of the mask. You can remove the mask to it, and when you pick it up, you think it's just mask and you put it on again. What happens? The side of it you have exposed before to infections could be the side, if you don't wash properly, you're putting back to your mouth, which is like directly feeding yourself what you have try to avoid before. And the thing is, when this gets soaked, most people reuse this. The one use mask is for only one time. It's one time use, disposable. Now this, what happens with the cloth one is that people use this and again, and they wash, and the washing, how does it go? They wash there inside the normal water, put it to dry, and then put it back. I hope you understand what I'm saying. All these have implications. It is better to be more careful, do the hand washing, and stay away, keep the distance 6 feet or 1.8 meters, approximately 2 meters if it's possible, from people, so that you don't contact this virus. When the droplets come out from the mouth, they go as far as 1 meter from the person, and then they fall down and rest on surfaces, which is why we are also advocating for cleaning surfaces, okay? Because these, we don't know how long they survive on the surfaces, but they rest on surfaces, okay? And touching those surfaces is a sure way of picking up the virus. So what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about social distancing methods. There are so many ways, starting from staying at home. Of course, the schools and the churches and the markets and all public gatherings are closed down for now. And then people could school and work from home, maintain the physical distance that they are talking about, 2 meters or 6 feet from people. There are certain areas where you will get to, and it is not possible for you to maintain 6 feet, of course, or 1.82 meters from other people, but at least you must try to maintain a space between you. If it is completely impossible, this is a hand glove. You're wearing the hand glove. Now I'm going to show you how to pull off the hand gloves. When you have it on, from there you pull off this one. This is the inside. It is safe for you. That's where your hand is coming from. And then the same way, use it to pull off this one, fold it together and drop in the bin.